Hey guys, what's going on? It's the Eradicator, and in today's video we will go over the mini test drive unlimited Solocron teaser that we were shown at the latest Nacon Connect. And yes, it was very short, but you are going to see that there's more to it than it seems. So we're going to analyze every little bit of detail that we can, and we'll take a look at some of the brand new screenshots that were released along the way that may give a better idea about some of the environments that we'll find in the game. Alright, so we are going to be starting the trailer right here with a couple of images. The first one is, so those images are very artistic, I would say, like they're hidden inside CGI characters possibly. So we'll first have a look here at how the game looks like at night. Of course, there's going to be a cycle between night and day, and it looks like we are looking at some traffic from above. Perhaps, of course, lots of skyscrapers in Hong Kong, but not just that, as you're going to be seeing later. It's not just about going to be some urban areas. It's very easy to be thinking of Hong Kong with just urban areas, but if you look at this map right here, you can see that there's far more to it, and it's actually most of Hong Kong Island is in fact covered with mountains and even forests. It's even more obvious when you look at the satellite image over there. And it's basically only the outskirts of the island that are quite urbanized, but the rest is going to be a giant playground for all types of vehicles, including roadsters and SUVs for maybe off-roading as well. There's definitely going to be some off-roading down in the mountains, and that's also something that we're going to be seeing in the screenshot and in the footage that we'll be seeing here from the trailer. Now, all those images that we're going to see here are actually from an alpha version of the game, so that means that they're still quite far from being released, which is why the game was eventually delayed to 2023. We don't know how far in 2023. I wouldn't bet on the first half of 2023 because usually Nacon like to be showing their games at Nacon Connect, so probably I would say the second half of 2023 for a fully and well-polished game. But nevertheless, it still looks pretty awesome. I love those reflections out there. I would suppose that this is probably early in the morning since the sun seems to be rising over there. These locations are usually located on the east of the island and the sun rises east, so that's probably in the morning. And yes, you can see here this is definitely a dirt road, so that's what I was saying here. This is really going to be quite a wonderful playground for all types of vehicles, and not just the luxurious roadsters or the luxurious supercars, but also SUVs, which is why we see them quite prominently as well in the trailers. Next is still in the jungles and central areas of the city, and you find a lot of those forest roads. Now, very interestingly, in Hong Kong and a lot of Asian countries, you don't have those typical forest or countryside roads that basically are the road and nothing on the side. You often have curves like that with lights as well, so it's not going to be entirely wild as it used to be, for example, in some parts of the previous Test Drive Unlimited, like on Oahu and especially on Ibiza. So something that will have to be reminded, and also something we'll have to keep in mind when we drive those cars on those particular areas, because you're gonna have to be watching out for posts, you're gonna have to be watching out for the street lights as well. Next screenshot here, just to showing how lush the vegetation can be. I don't think that we will be able to necessarily drive on those little pedestrian walkways here. I think that they're just trying to show us the level of details that they're trying to achieve with this particular game. Speaking of level of details, more landscape areas here. I like the little Chinese gazebos that they're showing here. I really hope that we're going to be seeing some modes from old Test Drive Unlimited games, including, for example, the photo mode, which made us travel around Ibiza and also Oahu to be trying to be taking some of the best spots of the map. That was one of my favorite features of the last Test Drive Unlimited, and I really hope that it's coming back in Test Unlimited Solar Crop. Next, we're having this time urban footage, and of course we're going to be seeing quite a lot of these because it wouldn't be Hong Kong without its skyscrapers and its big cities. Now, I heard people saying that some of the buildings look quite similar, or more or less copycats of more or less some copy and paste of the same buildings. Of course it is, because that is how a lot of Asian cities are. I live myself in Asia, in Taiwan, and you have a lot of buildings that are just copy paste of the previous buildings. Sometimes you have 10 or 20 buildings that look exactly the same because they're just built en masse, and that's also how Hong Kong it is. And I think that, well, good for the developers, because it's probably going to be easier for them to be building those neighborhoods that way. So that's definitely a good choice. Now, this is also definitely looking more custom made, because in Hong Kong you have a lot of landmark or unique buildings that belong to special companies. Obviously, I don't think that the developers are going to be having the rights to copy their brands, so they're going to have to be looking quite alike, but nevertheless they are going to have to replicate some of the most iconic buildings. I'm thinking of the ones from the Bank of China, for example, HSBC. All of these iconic buildings from Hong Kong will have to be redone, or at least something that looks like it. And of course, Hong Kong, with its very busy lightning pretty much everywhere, shops everywhere, shop signs everywhere. This is also something that we saw in the trailer too, and that they're going to be recreating, that it definitely will be part of the trailer. I also like that in the trailer they did seem to be mentioned, showing at least the tunnels, and I think that the tunnels that go all the way from the north to the south of the island will be perhaps what will give us the opportunity as drivers to go on top speed, because it's basically one long straight, which I think in the tunnel is going to be amazing, because we'll be able to hear the roaring engines and really give our cars the ability to show their full potential, and it's going to be quite epic, and I can't wait to be driving over there. Anyway, guys, that's all I was going to say for Hong Kong, or at least the reveal, the small reveals that were given to us here during the latest Nacon Connect about Test Drive Unlimited Solar Car. But let me know in the comment section down below, guys, are you still hyped about this game, or did you think that the trailer, or at least the teaser, was quite of a letdown? Personally, I was expecting more. I was expecting some gameplay. That's not really gameplay. It's really a short teaser, and I just hope that they didn't kill the hype here, because I know that there were a lot of people who were disappointed. Anyway, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, it's been the Eradicator, and I will see you guys later.